Hi, girls, and welcome back to Self Care Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. Hi, girls, welcome back. Long time no see. um, I hope everybody's been having a good week so far. Today I'm gonna come to you with a beginner guide to creating a budget, or at least how I do it in 4 steps. It's still the beginning of 2020. It's you still have time to get your money right, and create a budget, or at least a beginner one to hold you until you can make a more in-depth one. So that's what I'm going to be giving you all today. I also have some tips at the end, just really quickly, I guess kind of like a disclaimer or something, but I put them at the end because I'm a little special. So, but yeah. So let's get started. The first step into creating a beginner budget is to make a list of everything that you have to pay. This includes bills, fees, payments. I guess I put utilities, but that's kind of like a bill. It is a bill. Any amounts of money that you put aside into savings, trip savings, emergency funds, all that stuff, and put that all in an Excel spreadsheet, or you can make like a Google Doc and put a chart, a grid, whatever you want to call it, and just put it in something that you can see the name of the expense and how much that you're putting in it or paying or whatever the case may be. That's step one. After you do that, step two is to look at your pay stubs for a month or two and figure out what you make monthly on average. Now, this can change for some people if your job is based on tips or commission or something like that. This may be different for you, but for everybody else, and maybe this could apply for the commission and tips employed workers as well, but mainly for people with like a stable check, I guess. Look at your stubs and see what you make, just so you have an idea of, and with that information, you can pick a far out spot on your Excel sheet or whatever you did. Like I said, Excel is just personally easier for me, but pick a cell or a slot far away, out a ways from the bills and all that stuff, and put that total there. That's step two. Now, step three is to take the total amount of money that you spent from the list that you made in step one. So that's like your bills, your fees, payments, stuff like that, savings. Take that, total those numbers together, and subtract those from your income. And if you do a lot of spontaneous spending or clothes shopping that isn't necessary, or any all the unnecessary stuff, you may want to add that together later and do just the important things like bills, fees, payments, anything that you're putting in your savings. You may want to do that first and then subtract that from your monthly income. Whatever you feel is I guess that's how I should put it. Whatever you feel is necessary from that step one with your bills and your fees and your payments and all that stuff, whatever you feel is the most important, total all those together and subtract that from your monthly income. And then, like I said, by importance, if you have, let's say, for example, you've got 8 things that you put money into every month, and let's say 3 of them are bills, the other 5 are things that aren't as necessary. You may want to take the first 3 things and subtract that from your monthly income, and then go back and list the other 5 by level of importance, and take those and slowly keep subtracting to see what you're left with. And then once you have, before we get to step 4, I'm getting besides myself. Still in step 3, subtract by level of importance and things that you can do without. So if, let's say, one of those 8 was, I don't know, let's see. I don't know, maybe you have a tradition where once a month you go out to eat to a very expensive restaurant. Well, maybe for the next couple of months or next month you decide, well, maybe we don't have to go to the really expensive restaurant. Maybe we can go to a fancier restaurant that isn't as expensive, or just not do it at all. Then that would get cut out of your monthly expenses. And then you can, I hope you guys are getting the gist of what I'm talking about. If not, I really feel like I'm going to end up making a part 2 of this episode that goes more in depth in the steps. Or maybe, I don't know. But, okay. So recap of what we've done so far. In step 1, you've made a list of everything that you send money to, bills, payments, savings, and you've put it in an Excel spreadsheet. In step 2, you've taken your pay stubs from a month or two and seen what you made on average for the month and put that in a little slot in the Excel spreadsheet. And then in step 3, you've subtracted your most important things from your monthly income and then taken that and seeing what you have left to take out the unnecessary stuff. Okay? That's where we are now. Okay, so I'm sorry for that. I'm sitting close to my bathroom door, and my suite mates are going in and out of the bathroom, so I apologize. And in step 4, once you've completed steps 1 through 3, which you really have to in order to do step 4, you can look at how much money is left and what you have to spend on whatever you want or need to. This is, if you have already taken into account putting money into your savings, then this is where you can add extra money into there. You can do something spontaneous. You can buy something that you've always wanted or something like that. So this is any money that you have left that doesn't have a home. Like, you've taken all your bills, everything, the important and the unnecessary stuff, and you've taken out your monthly income and you still have money left. You can do whatever you want with that. I would personally suggest investing it in something, which can be a whole nother episode if you all would like that. But I wouldn't just, every month have a spontaneous something. Do something, be smart with your money. Okay? And that's how I keep up with my money. I know this sounds really confusing. I try to simplify it and explain it as best I can. So if you are still confused and enough people reach out to me, I will redo this episode and try to make it make more sense, if that makes sense. Okay, so a few other tips and disclaimers that I have is, yes, I understand this is not a typical budget, but it's how I set mine up, and it hasn't failed me yet. So I'm just gonna keep rocking with it. If you do have any questions, please, about specific things, please don't hesitate to let me know. I don't mind answering questions. I can even help you set it up if you really need to, for a small fee. Won't be doing it for free because I'm a college student and I have to make time for these things, but I can also help you set that up. Also, if you have been budgeting for a while, leave some tips for everybody, because I'm pretty sure mine is probably not the easiest way, or there may be some things that I'm not including that maybe you include that you feel are important. So feel free to reach out, and let other people know. You can DM me on Instagram, you can comment on the blog, whichever one you want, and let other listeners know what your ways of budgeting are. So that is all for this episode. Thank you all so much for listening. I do have one really quick new announcement, and that's that I have started another, I haven't, how do I want to put this? I have launched a new business as like a test round. I haven't completely launched it, but it's called Brennan's Boutique, and for right now I only sell earrings and little hoop earrings and a little gift bag that you can get, a bundle bag, that's the word, a bundle bag that you can get. You can head over to the shop at brennan'sboutique.bigcartel.com to look and purchase. Like I said, supplies are limited because this is just like a test round, I guess a test round to see if this is something that I want to continue to pursue. So make sure you guys head over to Brennan's Boutique. That's BRENNANS boutique.com .bigcartel.com and purchase. Hopefully you'll purchase something. Other than that, don't forget to head over to Patreon, become a Patreon, and get access to Patreon only content. And that's all that I have, like I said, and I will see you all next week. Bye. Thanks for listening this week. If you have any questions, want to share a story, or be featured in our Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com or submit them on my blog at selfcareblackgirls.com. While you're over there, subscribe and join so you never miss anything. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help spread the word. You can also donate one time or monthly by clicking on the Patreon link on my blog. There are rewards. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.